going to give you something. How prepared are you? Oh, you want to sit back and wait for another 8 years. After 8 years, then you come back to the drawing board. You go back to your PVC, they give you new electoral law, and you continue to complain and cry. Well, I don't have any problem with you. You want to be part of One Nigeria? Go ahead. But I'm asking a question that needs an answer. How prepared are you to secure that thing you want to secure in the Zoological Republic? For us, the Biafran people, we don't want anything to do with it. We don't want to secure anything in it. Anything that has the name, the Zoological Republic of Nigeria, we are not part of it. We have rejected it and rejected it very, very loudly, long before now. But my question is to those who still want to keep the status quo, who feel that they want to make a change. The time to make a change has come. Don't allow this time to slip you over. If really you love yourself, if you are truthful to yourself, whoever you are, and you are supporting One Nigeria, whoever you are, and you said it is better together, whoever you are, and you say you can turn it around, the stage is set. What are you doing? How are you going to turn it around? Do you want to wait after another 8 years of suffering? Do you want to wait for another 8 years of dehumanization? Do you want to wait for another 8 years of loss of life? Or do you want to take action now? Stop pretending. Stop pretending. Just quit pretending. The only option that is left for every single one of you on the planet Earth today, the only option left for you all is to go to the street and do the needful. To take back that which you feel you can be able to make right. Take it back. Take it back. If you don't have the balls to take it back, keep your mouth shut and stop disturbing those who knows what they are doing. If you don't have the balls to come out openly and demand for that which you want, how dare you open your dirty mouth to stand before the IPOB members and speak? If you do not have the balls to stand and demand for that after passing through the whole illegal process you call legal in that Zoological Republic, after following their fraudulent constitution, and yet inside their fraudulent constitution they could not allow you to tap into anything there to have a meaningful life. After you have exhausted all your stupidity, after you have exhausted all your effort, now the stage is ripe for you to make a strong statement. What are you waiting for? That is my question. What are you waiting for? You said you can make it better. You said you can make it better in Nigeria, that you can make Nigeria better. You said you can walk, Nigeria can walk, right? That's what you said. Now we want to see your template on how it's going to work. Or are you going to postpone the Nigeria is going to work until after another 8 years? May Chukwu Okabiam never allow you to succeed. Biafran people, we are going. We are going. We will not be part of this madness. They have started their propaganda already. If you genuinely love yourself and love the people you want to fight for, you must not listen to any of their nonsense reconciliation they're talking about. After beating a child, you don't want the child to cry. After stealing from someone, you don't want the person to complain. After stealing, now you return what you stole and you're asking forgiveness. Before you can get forgiveness, at least you have to do restitution. Do restitution and return what you have stolen. If you don't, how dare you talk about reconciliation and forgiveness? And even as at that, you have seen them, they have started already coming from all plans. This is why you must not partake in anything called the Zoological Republic. Every single politician is corrupt and evil. Everyone supporting One Nigeria is corrupt and evil. They all have evil intention. That is why today, when I see some videos on their conventional media, I'll be wondering, is this still the same people who were speaking years ago? When I see some of their videos, I'll be wondering, is this still the same people we are hearing from them some years ago? Today, you have seen them change. Even some of them, what they were saying some few months ago, people who we are talking tough few months ago, today they have become vegetable. People that we are talking tough just few months ago, they have now become vegetable. They are now telling you now, we'll have to build a nation. You must have a nation before you begin to talk of this. You must have a nation. Have you ever had a nation in the past? When they speak, you'll be wondering as if they are speaking to you. You'll be wondering from which planet are this coming. They say, have you ever had a nation from the onset? Have you ever had a nation? The only people who are planning to have a nation are the people who are asking for disintegration of the Zoological Republic. Those are the people who are aspiring for a nation. The only genuine thing to request for today in that contraption is a breakup. And the time is overripe. Overripe. If you think you can make any correction in that fraudulent entity called the Zoological Republic of Nigeria, if you think you can make any difference in that entity, you are wasting your time. You are deceiving yourself. You are deceiving yourself. The earlier you begin to prepare your mind, the earlier you begin to prepare your heart on how to go back to your home, the better for you. Biafra is the only hope of any single man in that contraption. It doesn't matter your tribe. It doesn't matter your religion. It doesn't matter your location. Biafra remains your only single hope, because the emergence of Biafra will give you freedom. That is one funny thing that people don't know. As we are demanding and requesting for Biafra, the freedom of Biafra will be the automatic freedom of every indigenous person that is in captivity in that Zoological Republic. Well, somehow it has become a responsibility that Chukwu Okame have placed on the shoulders of the Biafran people to set everybody free. And we have taken up that responsibility to set everybody in that zoo free. That we will do, whether you like it or not. Even if it is not our wish. For the fact that we want to liberate Biafra, the liberation of Biafra will be an automatic freedom for every indigenous person, every tribe, every race, every religion. We are formidable and we know what we want. Those of you who said you want a better Nigeria, I say continue to ask this question. What is your plans? What are you waiting for? Those of you who said you want to build Nigeria, you want to make it work, what are you waiting for? At this particular point in time, when the stage is ripe for you to make a strong statement, what are you waiting for? You have passed through all the legal processes. All the normal processes that need to be passed to change things, you have done it. You have passed through all the lawful ways. Everything that has to do with the lawful life. You have lived that lawful life, did everything lawfully in order to change the zoo. And yet, they told you it is impossible to change. After passing through the normal means, now you say you want to go to the legal means. You want to go to legal means. Some of them say that the judiciary is the last hope of ordinary man. Not in Nigeria. When I hear that from a Nigerian, when I hear that from their conventional media, I laugh. I laugh loud. That the judiciary is the last hope of ordinary man. I laugh loud. Because it is not. Not in Nigeria. Maybe in other nations, but definitely not in Nigeria. And when we say it, they never believe it. Some of them, because of their fraudulent activity, because of their selfish interest, or because of they have one case at one time or the other, through their bribery and corruption, they will tell you that the court is going to work. Go to court. But finally today, they have seen the handwriting on the wall, and they are saying they don't have trust in the judiciary. Your London boy who claimed that he has won many cases in the court, finally, his vice is saying that he doesn't have trust in the judiciary. And because that his vice is a Fulani, he knows what he's talking about. He knows what he's talking about. He knows better, much more, better more than your so-called London boy. When it comes to their plans and games, he knows that they're going to make any headways. He knows he has already known the outcome of the court, just as they have kicked them away out of the court. Will you now return to the advice that Obasanjo gave you? Obasanjo told you that you should come to the street. Will you listen to that advice? And Femi Falana told you that you cannot go to the same person who took away your right to beg for it. When you go back there, it's only to take it. You don't beg for it. Somebody who stole your right, you don't go back to that same instrument that took away and stole from you. You don't go back to them to beg. You don't pass through that same way. Femi Falana, senior advocate of the Zoological Republic, said it. Will you take that advice now? Is it not high time you take that advice? You are scared. You are so scared. You are scared. Now you see what the IPOB has been going through for decades. Now you can understand what our Supreme Leader Mazen Nandekan has been going through for decades. Now you can understand what our spokesperson Mazen Simon Ekpa is going through. Now you can understand what the whole Biafrans, autopiloted, what they are going through. You never believed in the past, but now I am sure you have begun to believe the fact. You have begun to see the handwriting on the wall. That judiciary is not the hope of ordinary man, and will never be in Nigeria. Maybe in other countries, but as long as you continue to have a contraption called Nigeria, judiciary can never be your last hope of ordinary man. We have seen it with several examples. Several examples. So many a time people have been given freedom in that their Zoological Republic. They refuse to let them go. The very present one that we are seeing is the Mazen Nandekan, that the court have declared free. Because the British are sitting on the freedom of Mazen Nandekan, because British is involved on the kidnapping of Mazen Nandekan, they have remained silent and adamant because they don't want to be exposed. That is what is happening. They don't want to be exposed. That is why British is silent. They don't want the Zoological Republic people to sing about their involvement in the kidnapping of Mazen Nandekan. And that is what happens. When somebody that is feeding you and continue to give you stipends, continue to give you a wunje anytime, continue to give you some bribery, you're collecting, continue to buy you with money and gift. A time will come when you cannot be able to stand the person and look at him face to face and challenge him, or tell him the truth. That is how life works. When somebody begins to feed you, continue to give you, and you're collecting bribery every day, he's feeding you. At a stage, that person will begin to control your life. That person will continue to determine what is right in your life and what is wrong. And that is what is happening in the zoo. Because the British interest is on stealing from the zoo. The Fulanis have opened the gate wide for them to come in, steal as much crude they can and go. Today they don't have balls anymore to face the Zoological Republic and tell them what to do. They don't have the balls to face the Zoological Republic and demand for their own citizen who was kidnapped with their international passport. What a shame. Our Supreme Mazen Nandekan never traveled to Kenya with Nigerian passport. Never. Our Supreme Mazen Nandekan did not make any trip with Nigerian passport. In fact, he has denied Nigeria for a long time. He was kidnapped with his British passport. British international passport. And yet, Britain doesn't have the balls to demand for the release of their free citizens. Even when the court of that nation have said, let him go. The court have said, let him go. They continue to hold him. United Nations has spoken and said, let him go. They continue to hold him. And yet, you allow people to conduct election, selection in that very contraption. and you allow the officials to fly to your country at will for strolling. They stroll into your country and stroll out at any time. You shamelessly heard your ambassador congratulating Nigeria for their criminal election. The most fraudulent election ever in Africa. Your own diplomat was congratulating it. That is how low the British have gone when it has to do for Nigeria. Because Nigeria resources is their lifespan. They can't afford to lose it. Nigerian resources their lifespan. They can't afford to lose it. So they support anything that comes out of Nigeria, no matter how it is. Even if it is against themselves, they don't care. Even against their own, they don't care. How long shall you continue to pretend that all is well? Biafrans, we don't live in pretense. We say it the way it is. That is why many people see us as being loud. Our being loud is not to cause problem, but we cannot see evil and keep quiet. You cannot oppress a Biafran. He must talk. You can't just show a Biafran something without asking you a question. We will ask questions and we will talk. Today, the Biafran people, we have chosen our path to restore the kingdom of God on heaven, on earth. And the process has started. There is nothing anybody can do about it. There is nothing you can do about it. Biafran people, we have already activated our movement into Biafra. Fully. You heard our spokesperson, Master Samuel, make the announcement. For the Thomases, they are waiting to see. But you're going to see. Anything you want to see, you're going to see it. But I'm asking those of you, one Nigerianist, how prepared are you to take back that which belongs to you? What are you waiting for? The stage is right. If you are sincere to yourself, the stage is right. It is high time you go to the street. If you have the balls, autopiloted IPOB. IPOB have been moving out right from a long time. The Master Nanika was just. Since 2011. IPOB have been facing attack on different fronts, on different levels. We have lost lives. But yet, we are standing, pursuing the same agenda that we are pursuing. Unbribable. Now, you that call yourself one Nigerian, what plan are you? How consistent are you? Now that your own stage is ripe, the stage is set, it is ripe for you now to take your contraption back. What plans are you making? I saw some of the videos, those who say they are coming up for protests. They were just few. And I'm wondering, is this all you have? And even in that few, they were being threatened and told, given some order. They have been threatened. And they are shivering. They are scared. They are so scared. They cannot stand up for that which is right. This is the time for everybody to wake up. It doesn't matter your tribe. It doesn't matter your religion. It does not matter your location. If you care about your life, this is the time for you to wake up. Wake up and begin to do something. Wake up and begin to make demands. Wake up and begin to take action. This is the time. Biafrans, we have started taking action for a very long time and we are good to go. But this message, let it sink into the ears. Let it sink into the heart of those who call themselves one Nigeria. It is time for you to take action. Come out and take action. It is time. It is time for you to take back that which belongs to you. They have rigged everything riggable. The late Muhammad Buhari template is about to play back again. Play back. Just after 8 years, the worst situation is about to open. The worst situation is about to happen. Just look at the starting point. They have resumed again, starting from medical trip. They just started with their lies and medical trip. And in that lies, you see how they clone their lies. They tell you he's going to Saudi Arabia, from Saudi Arabia to UK, from UK to France. The same story you had during the time of late Muhammad Buhari, that was where they were carrying him until when he died, they flew him to Saudi Arabia. The same period, the same template is playing out before your own very eyes, and you don't care. You are waiting until your head is off before you will know what is going on. This is the exact template. There is nothing different. When they let Muhammad Buhari, while they were trying to clone him, while they were jumping from one place to the other, telling us that he's in the hospital, he's this, and they succeeded in cloning him after so many months. And today, here are you. Our Supreme Democratic Nanakan cried out and cried out and cried out, exposed the case of Muhammad Buhari and told the world what is happening. Nobody believed him. Nobody believed him. They took him for a joke. But today, look at the way your contraption is. Does that contraption look like a place that is run by a sensible person? It doesn't look like a place where human beings are around. It's just like a place where animals are having a competition. That is what it looks like. And those of you shouting, you want to make it right. You want to make it right. You want to build a good nation. Your Nigeria can be better. Your Nigeria can be better. Your Nigeria can be better. In another episode, your Chief Justice of Federation is already pretending to be on a wheelchair. He's already scamming you. The Chief Justice of the Federation